Today I'm doing something different. This is going to be a bit of a more longer video because I'm doing a tier list about animal abilities, just basic functions or defense mechanisms or basically anything that they can do that I find interesting. Um, all right, so I'll just get on with it. The first one is called Dramatic. Oh yeah, I gave them nicknames because I'm lazy and I don't want to write their names down. So yeah, Dramatic just means like fainting goat. It's an E. I mean, it's not that interesting. It might be cool to look at or witness like the first time, and then after that, you realize that's all that Go can really do. So, yeah. And then this is easily F. I mean, I hate wasps. Wants to be different. It's just basically like a meaner version of bees. It's weird because like they have their hives underground most of the time, which is really weird. And it's almost as if you look at them the wrong way, they're gonna start swarming you. Meanwhile, as bees, you can get really close to their hive without like causing any trouble. But with wasps, it's a whole nother story. And wasps don't even do that much for the ecosystem because we already have a ton of spiders, bees, and beetles who do it way better. So yeah. Next is if I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. So if you didn't know this already, whales explode when they die. If you're finding this out now, I'm dead honest. I'm not making this up. I know it sounds really weird, but so basically what happens is that when the bodies are like getting decomposed, like but so the whales are already dead, of course, because it explodes when they're dead. But what happens is that the gases like that are left inside of the whale, they start to expand. The best way I can explain this is if you blow into a balloon and you keep blowing and blowing until it pops. That's basically what happens with the whale. The gases just get bigger and bigger, and then it pops. If you've ever gone to a beach somewhere and they say it's closed, and you hear the word whale, it's most likely a dead whale's on the beach, because they don't want anyone near there because flying chunks of meat go everywhere and they're huge and they could definitely knock someone out or worse. Um, Next up is Fast with Spots. This is cheetah. The thing about cheetahs is like I get it, they can run really fast, even though 75 miles isn't that fast compared to other animals. Like, I'm pretty sure water buffaloes can go not 75 miles per hour, but at least more than 20. I don't know, but there's like a ton of other animals that are fast. The only issue with cheetahs is that their hunting success rate is terrible. I have to I have to put it at 8. It's basically like a 50-yard dash almost. They get tired really fast because they're just wasting their energy in a single like movement, like a blitz, and most of the time they don't even get the kill. I'm looking it up right now. Cheetah um hunt success rate. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that is not good. 40 to 58%. It's like that's like a terrible hunt percent rate. It's basically saying 50-50. It would be like saying you're going home, right? And you have to like try to cook food. Like say you're making an egg sandwich or something, and then there's a 50% chance you don't make the egg sandwich. It's kind of like that. Like and then the worst part about this is that the cheetah who just tried to take down its prey wasted more energy trying to do that. So it's just a whole little issue. All right, next up we have roadkill magnet, basically any possum. Playing dead works really well on the actual predators. On cars, I'm pretty sure opossums will think that cars are big predators because they're like moving towards them, right? So they play dead in the middle of the road, and then it's just kind of like predictable what happens after that. Honestly, it's the same thing with the fainting cow. I'm gonna put it right next to it. All right, now this one might be one of the best. We have overpowered over here. The octopus can basically do anything it wants. It can fit in like the tiniest little places. It can make its skin change color with its camouflage, and it can even change the texture of its skin. Some of them can do that. They have the whole ink thing. Like it's just they're such a beast. I think I'm gonna put them in A. I might at the end of this I'll decide what's S tier worthy. All right, next up, I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a weird little bird in I think it's in Australia. Everything in Australia wants to kill you. It's like this little bird and it replicates the sounds of like terrifying noises. Like there are videos of this bird replicating the sounds of a screaming baby at 3 o'clock. Do you know how terrifying that would be? That's awful. Yeah, I have to put that in F. That's such, and I think it can even replicate the sound of a chainsaw. It's like it's terrifying. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Like, there's got to be something with the mentality. Like, does it help get it food? I don't know. Then we got Timmy Tough Knuckles. This is basically a mantis shrimp. It's like the underwater version of Mike Tyson. Yeah, he it basically punches really fast. I don't know. I don't think it's the one where it creates a bubble. I think that's like a pistol shrimp, but it punches super fast and it knocks out fish. It's super cool. I think you can't even see it. It happens in like the blink of an eye. So actually, no, I'll put that at C. All right, and then a thing that people don't know actually, like a lot of people don't know this, is that platypus. I don't know the plural for that. I'm just gonna say platypuses. They're poisonous. Yeah, like you can't really cuddle one because I think at the back of their right flipper things they have these little spines and they're super venomous. I still don't know what a like platypus is. Is it a beaver? Is it like a squirrel? It's like so many different things combined in one. And it's weird because it's a marsupial and I don't know. I'm gonna put it see, it's not that interesting. Alright, now this is cool. So there's this jellyfish, right? And it's immortal. That's all I have to say. It basically can live forever. What it does is so it has its cells, right? And somehow, through the process of evolution, this jellyfish learned how to make sure that it does not age. It can just renew its cells whenever it feels like it. So it basically restarts its life. It basically just makes itself get younger instead of aging properly. So it could live forever if it wanted to. Honestly, that's A tier. Immortality. I guess it's real all of a sudden. Okay, and now we have water bears. This is like these things are they're like microscopic. You can't see them, but let me just say they're indestructible. They can survive in outer space. That should basically say it all. I'm pretty sure scientists have put them in a volcano. I think they survive that in like the Mariana Trench. I'm pretty sure they survive that. They're absolute beasts, and they're like minuscule. Like I don't know how that happens. Mm, probably like B tier. All right, next up we got get jumped. So literally, fish, shellfish, they jump when they're fighting. So they're also, I think, the fastest fish in the ocean. I think that's right. Yeah, they're one of the. If they're not, then they're definitely one of them, because I think their top speed is 68 miles per hour. It's pretty fast, especially underwater. Like it, that's really fast, and they breach a lot. So you can see them. I think there's videos of them going at least like 5 feet in the air. They get huge breaches. But other than that, it's not really that interesting. I'd probably put it at mm, D. Actually, no, I'm gonna swap this. Platypus, you go there. All right, next up, we got Will Blind You. Many people know about the famous King Cobra, but what they don't know is that it has a like a cousin called the Spitting Cobra, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It spits venom. I don't know if any of you guys have seen Jurassic World or not Jurassic World, Jurassic Park with like the green dinosaur, like the Dilophosaurus, or I think that's what it's called, and like spits out the green icky venom. And, like the one guy in like the yellow rain jacket. That's what this thing does. Yeah, it's basically real, and I'm pretty sure it's also 10 feet in length. So if the poisonous spit won't intimidate you, then its size definitely will, because it can stand 5 feet in the air. I'm gonna put that at D. I mean, I've already known that. This is think this spider has the strongest silk in the world. It's I think it's the Darwin's bark spider. I think that's what it's called. I always thought that the golden orb weaver spider had it, but nope, it's this. I think it's enough to stop a jet plane. Not with no, not a single strand, but like if you got enough of them, it could stop a jet plane. That's how like, and you're probably thinking, well, if you get enough of anything, then it'll stop a jet plane. But like, I'm talking very little, like not that much, and it could stop a jet plane. Um, Basically, if you know how you're walking through spider web sometimes, and you have to like tear at it, get off of your face. I don't think you could like actually do that with this web. I doubt you could actually rip it. It's like basically carbon fiber. It's pretty cool. All right, next up we got Lazy Boy. I don't know. So like everyone knows about the death roll that these things do. But they don't realize is that these things are incredibly lazy on land. So if say the crocodile or alligator decides to try to chase you on land, first off, there's nothing to worry about. They run like 10 miles per hour. You could easily outrun them. The sad thing is they get exhausted really fast because they're draining so much of their energy because they spend most of the time floating in the water. Um, so once they run for like a couple minutes or so, they just stop. They don't like take a break. No, no, they just stop. Like their metabolism starts to shut down. They dry up in the sun. It's very sad, but it's a very terrible evolution thing. I don't know what the purpose of that is, but and then we got another thing that's basically indestructible. We got cockroaches. I'm pretty sure these things survived one of the I think it was either Chernobyl or the atomic bomb. Yeah, I don't know how they figured it out, but scientists realized that these things could basically survive a nuclear war, which is why it takes like at least 15 stomps with your shoe to at least damage a thing. This thing is up there with the water bear. So zebras, I gave them the name epilepsy because they do this thing when there's predators nearby. They get the whole pack like amped up and they zigzag. Now that just doesn't sound like much, but if you look at the amount of stripes on that, and if you see, have you ever you guys probably have done this, but have you ever seen a barcode before? If you move that back and forth really fast, you could start to get dizzy. Imagine that like times 100. That's basically what the predators are doing. Like has to go through, and it just messes them up mentally, and they realize it's not worth it anymore. So I think that's pretty cool. Although most of the time it doesn't work, the predators are usually smarter than them, and they just pick out the little ones and kill them. Um, a thing that's actually kind of disturbing are crows. Like people who have fear of birds, if you're watching this, this is the time to skip. So crows are a lot smarter than people think, because there's been evidence of a crow who remembers of like they can remember faces. Scientists have done this experiment. I don't know how they did it, but they did this experiment where a crow and this guy took a cracker or food away from the crow, and the crow always remembered that face. So the next time they met, and this was years later, I think the crow tried to like peck at him. It was like crazy because they have that like incredible memory. They're also really smart. They're just really terrifying. All right, next up we got furball with brain. This is probably one of the smartest land animals you will find. Um, Hunting in packs, great idea. Although what people don't know is that wolves don't always hunt in packs. That's just like because sometimes wolves are like alone because they're trying to get out of a pack and start a new one. But the point is, once they're in a pack, you're cooked. You can't really do anything at that point. You can't make eye contact with them, which is going to be really hard because they're going to circle you. You can't really do anything at that moment then, because like if you try to fight one, there's going to be four behind you ripping your back. So yeah, they're just really smart. All right, next up is the Liberty Mutual bird, the emu. They in the Liberty Mutual cartoon, or not cartoon, the ad, they make it seem like this big, like clumsy little bird. That's like the exact opposite of what this thing is. It's a big, strong, and intelligent bird. if you just look at that picture, it's terrifying to look at. And I'm pretty sure these things can get 5 to 6 feet ish. I think they're huge, and their talons are massive. They're raptors, so they have big old talons. All right, next up we got special. This is just a mako shark. It's like the smartest shark. It's like the It's really rare for a shark to actually like think about something before it tries to eat it, because normally those natural instincts just kick in, and that's where the mako's like, okay, it's my turn to be special. So it just thinks. I don't know. It doesn't really give it any special attributes. The only thing that's uh, the only other thing that's setting it apart is that it's faster than all the other sharks. So yeah, it's kind of boring. Oh yeah, if you got a lot of you guys, I know a lot of people have these little lizard things. I think they're horned lizards as pets. Did you guys know that they cry blood? I'm not joking. Like if it's scared, if you brought like a one of its natural predators in like another cage next to it, it would probably start crying blood because that's what it does to defend itself. It and it works for us because we'd be creeped out by it, so would the predators. I don't it's and for some reason it's healthy for it. I don't know why, but it's like okay for it to do it. Not now. I don't know. I just found that interesting. Oh yeah, so frogs turn into ice cubes. Well, not all of them, but some of them turn into ice cubes during the winter, which is pretty cool. I think they're so like you know how frogs are amphibians, so they have to spend most of their time in water. So the frogs who are underwater, they can't really like if they don't so what they do is that they freeze themselves up in ice, and the craziest part about that is that the body can sustain that, and they don't even get food for like weeks, months even. And I think the logic behind this is that the metabolism of the frog is running so slow that it's probably conserving so much energy. It would be like one it would be almost kind of like one bag of chips could get you through the whole month, say it like that. It's just crazy to think about. I'm gonna put that A actually. All right, so everyone knows about the famous axolotl, the cute little thing. Um, I didn't know which one to choose. I just chose this one. It actually has two very cool attributes. One of them is that it can stay young forever. The only issue with that is I couldn't find enough evidence supporting that. So I just chose this one. It's kind of like an octopus. It can regrow its stuff and can regrow its legs, arms. The thing that sets it apart from the octopus is that it can regrow its part of its brain. Usually, if your brain gets deformed, you're done. Your brain is what controls your entire body, the way you think, everything. And this little thing just gets to regrow one. It's super cool. It's, yeah. I mean, these things, we still don't know about them. We're learning about them, and I'm pretty sure they're already endangered. Okay, so this one's F for sure. The deer have one of the worst, like, it's not even, whatchamacallit, like, defense mechanism. It's almost like it wants to get killed. Have you ever seen, like, how when you're driving home late at night and your headlights just, like, shine on a deer and the deer just stops in its tracks and eyes the car down? It's like so basically the deer gets like attracted to movement and light, so it just stops and freezes, which is always why if you've ever seen like a deer in your backyard and you make a sudden crunch noise, it doesn't just go immediately. It stops, it perks its little tail up, it looks around, and then it goes. It's weird, but it's like it takes a mental freeze for it to like process this. And yeah, that's why it's F. Um, so the fastest animal on the planet is the peregrine falcon. That's it. Uh, E. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't really have a special feature. It's not even when it's flying. It's only when it's diving because I think it can read like 185 miles per hour. I think something like that. All right, next up, we probably got one of the stupidest fish out there. We have barracudas. So if you guys didn't know this, they're attracted to shiny and metallic objects, which is kind of ironic considering that barracudas are shiny and metallic. So it's very, very weird. And that's why they kind of go into frenzies when they see a bunch of barracuda together because they're like obsessing over each other. It's really weird. If you lose your watch in the ocean, chances are it's probably in the belly of a barracuda. So just something to think about. Okay, now we got the goat. So the craziest thing, and I found this out a couple years ago, the animal with the most successful hunt rate is a dragonfly. Not a lion, not a tiger, not even a polar bear. No, it's a dragonfly, which is crazy. We normally associate like big, like killers, like predators with like big cats and dogs, like wolves and bears. But the things that's going on in the insect world are so much darker than that. We have tarantula hawks. I'm not even gonna get into that. It's probably gonna scare some of you people. But dragonflies, they're like it's they just like never like foul. They're always getting food on like the stinking little freaking fast spots. Actually, no, that's just raw talent. Okay, then we got bum. So part of the reason why pandas are going extinct is because they're too lazy to reproduce. Reproducing means you have more babies, so that way you have more animals, and then you have a bigger population. Since the pandas are so lazy, they don't even like bother to do that. So they don't reproduce, which is why their population is declining rapidly. So it's not really our fault that we're trying our best to help them, but most of the time it's not even our fault. It's theirs. They're just too lazy to do anything. I'm pretty sure they spend most of their time in their lives eating or sleeping, which is kind of like us, except I'm pretty sure us it's kind of like half and half. For them, it's like two-thirds, so it's pretty bad. I'm gonna put it at E just because it's not like any of those. Then we got Fussy Baby. I don't know if you guys ever seen this. There's only like one video of the internet where it actually shows this, but it's kind of funny actually. There's this video of like some cougar who's like bluff charging some guy, and I don't know why, but it just strikes me as like a little infant. The way it was like throwing its like claws up in the air, it was just really weird. It was it was really funny. I'll try to find the link to put it in below if I can find out how to do that. So yeah, that's E. Okay, now the moment you've been waiting for. What's going in S tier? Our options are the goat, the dragonfly, the immortal jellyfish, the axolotl, the thing that can grow its brain back, the ice cube, and the octopus. Okay, this is actually kind of a tough choice. But if it's abilities, then I think I'm gonna have to go with octopus. It just got like so many to choose from. Alright, so yeah, that was my list, and I'm glad that I wasted about like basically 20 minutes of your time. I don't even know if it was 20 minutes, but yeah, see you next time.